you once again, everybody, for joining me today. It's another week of GATS, Gospel According to Singers, Miss Kuks Weekly. Welcome. So today's topic is the lead singer. Last week we had a lot of fun. Last week was interesting. We were on the backup singers, and today we are on the lead singers. We are not going into any technicalities today. Like I said last week, I'll bring in an expert in that area who will take us through harmonizing, blending, and all of that stuff. So today we are going to look at the lead singer. Who is a lead singer, or what makes a lead singer? Please kindly share my page, kindly press the thumbs up button, and then also turn on your post notifications. Anytime we come online, you get to join us. Sabaina na lamio kolamte. Thank you. Thanks for joining us as well. Please share for me, share for your sister. Okay. So we are going into it. Who is a lead singer? Before we even start, who a lead singer is, we should know this, that a lead singer isn't the same as a main vocalist. A lot of us tend to confuse the two. So today I want to explain that before we go into who a lead singer is. Some people think that once they are in a group or they are in a choir and then they've been given a song or two to lead, that makes them a main vocalist. But no, a main vocalist is the backbone of the choir or of the group. When words comes to words, when push comes to push, the main vocalist stands in the gap for the group. So you can't call yourself a main vocalist when you cannot do worship, intense worship for hours, when you cannot do worship and praises, you can't do ministration, you can't perform back to back non-stop when the need arises. Know that you are not a main vocalist, you are only a lead singer. So a main vocalist is one who does worship, praises, sings back to back. When there is a visiting priest in the church, and then they have to be on stage with them throughout, back them. That is who a main vocalist. Yes, mommy, thank you very much. The main vocalist is the backbone of the choir. Thank you. So now, a lead is more like the second best vocalist in the group or in the choir. Now, a group or a choir may have more than one lead vocalist, one lead singer. It's normal. What we also have to understand before I go into the do's and don'ts of a lead singer is that you have to go through a process. There's a process that you have to go through before you get to that point where you can be called a main vocalist. Some people actually don't yearn to get there. Some people are actually comfortable with their position as a backing vocalist in the choir. Now, it's more like a hierarchy. Yes, it's more like a hierarchy. Thank you, mommy. Thanks so much. I'm really enjoying your input. Now, you have to be a backup singer before you graduate to become a frontliner. If you're a singer here, I'm sure you know who a frontliner is. They are the ones who stand right before or behind the microphone during ministrations. So they sing directly into the microphones. So that's a frontliner. Before you graduate from a frontliner to become a lead, and then from a lead, and then your choir director or whoever is in charge realizes that you've grown. Then from a lead, you become a main vocalist. I can proudly call myself a main vocalist, by the grace of God. We rose through the ranks from backup to frontlining to lead, and we got here. So anybody who doesn't go through this struggles, anybody who doesn't go through this process from backup to front, you can't just jump and then get there. If you haven't been a backup and then you become a frontliner, you struggle. You will see, if you are a singer, if you're a musician, when you watch, you would realize that there are some loopholes somewhere. This person lacks something because they didn't go through the right process or the right channel to get to where they are. You realize it's either their confidence is low or they lack a particular skill. Something is lacking somewhere, one way or the other. So now, who is or what makes a lead singer? Once you take up the role of a lead singer, there are some things you need to know and you need to consider. Yes, mommy, you can't skip the process. You cannot. You will sell yourself out, and people will know that now what kind of lead singer is it? What kind of main vocalist is this? He can't do this. A main vocalist who can't lead praises, a main vocalist who does praises cannot do worship. A main vocalist, so it's some way. So know that you have to go through the process. One, if you're a lead vocalist, learn to connect with the audience or the congregation. Once you take up that role, once you take that microphone to perform, know that all eyes is on you. All the attention in the room is on you, wherever you are performing. Know that you are the center of attraction. Know the meaning of what you really want to do or what you want to sing. You have to engage with the audience or with the congregation. Don't be a preacher. Don't take the microphone and start preaching about, if your song title is Goodness of God, you now come and quote the Bible and then talk about the goodness of God and a whole lot of, you are not a preacher for the day. There is a preacher. So just stick to your music, but just give a bit of an explanation, say something to engage them, engage the congregation, communicate, send a message before you start singing. 2, when you are on stage as a lead vocalist, act the song. How you move, your expression, it matters a lot. No matter how beautiful your voice is, no matter your vocal ability, your whatever, you have to have nice gestures. Act the song. Every lead singer, quote and unquote, should be an actor. Yes, mommy, don't take over the preaching. Some singers can come and bore you with long talk, and then before you realize you're even out of the mood to listen to the song. And it's a bad practice. So act the song. How you move, your expression, that is what will engage the congregation or the audience. 3, do not be stagnant. Please, you are not a statue. Excuse me to say. And you'll be singing a very lively song, a song that people can dance to, and you are standing still. A lot of people focus so much on their voices, the delivery, and that they forget that they have to have an engagement, they have to have communication with the congregation or the audience. So it's a very bad thing. You have to be alert when it comes to these things. Don't be stagnant. Don't be singing a danceable song. Excuse me. Don't be singing a danceable song. Now your demeanor or your attitude will determine the response you get from the congregation members. So don't forget to move from where you stand. If you started from here, there are a lot of lead singers. I don't know if it's a shyness. Yes, Exactly, Jemima. Meaning you should understand the message in the song yourself as the lead singer. And you don't just take up a song and then come to minister without even getting an understanding of it. And if you don't, that's why we have senior ministers there. You can always consult. You can always consult. Me, when I started leading, I've never really been a vocal person. When I say vocal, not music wise, but talking wise, introducing a song and talking about it. But I started consulting and I started admiring others who do it. I can go online and just go and then look for videos of people who are good with such introducing songs. And you are good to go. So there's no excuse as in, and yes, I'm not like that. Please, I was trying to make a point before I saw Jemima's comment. When you take the microphone, when I'm saying move, when you take the microphone, please, there are some people have the habit of wherever they took the microphone, whoever they took the microphone from to lead, they stay there, they stand there. Some people can decide you can't be leading. I don't even want to go there because there's a whole topic for praise and worship on its own. So, but you can't be leading praises and then be in a corner and expect your audience to be excited about what you are doing. It is totally wrong, completely wrong. I see people do it a lot of times. Sometimes you even signal to them that move from where you are, move from where you are. I don't know if it's a shyness, and that's why from the beginning I said, once you take up this role, you do away with sentiment, shyness, whatever, because you are leading. And a leader doesn't stay in the back. A leader is in the front. So please, those of us who take the lead role and then still hide behind, I don't know, we hide. We can't move to the center or to then it doesn't even show, it doesn't portray you as a leader. Positive energy attracts positive energy. So I just, when I was preparing, I just wrote something here. If you are leading an energetic song and you as the leader stand still, no excitement, no movement whatsoever, expect nothing more of that from the audience or congregation members. However, if the song you are doing requires for you to be stationary, there are some songs you don't really need a lot of movement. You have to do it, but with a bit of elegance, you know. Bring some movement, a bit of swaying your body, and then other motions, your facial expression. Point number 4, please, dress appropriately. Dress appropriately. Today I'm talking about lead singers. Look at the way I'm sweating. Dress appropriately. You know you are leading a song. You dress anyhow to come and lead the congregation. 1, you either dress to tempt or you dress to kill the spirit. Please, you are leading a song. Just try. Make sure you don't wear dresses that are above your knee. At any point in time, you might be tempted to lift your hand in the process of ministration. And as I'm talking with respect to women and the ladies, the moment you lift your hand, I mean, it is 100% that your dress will push up. Any lady knows. So if you know you are a lead singer, just try to avoid some of these things. If there are men in the congregation, their eyes go straight there. It doesn't matter we are in the church or not. This thing is a problem. Oh, mommy, the dressing issue, We are all not perfect. We are striving. But sometimes some people wear certain dresses and then even you as a lady, you see it and you are appalled by it. So please, if you know you're a lead singer, don't just wear anything. Don't show a lot of cleavage. Please, you distract the guys. I have had a male person who was sitting by me in a church, and then somebody was singing, and then there was cleavage, and we went like, oh, abada, since I maintain na there, mean share something, you know. And me as a singer, I put it here. So I've been trying to make conscious efforts every time I know I'm going to lead or I'm going to an event and then I might be called to perform. I'm so conscious about what I wear. So please, I beg you, apart from the conspicuous clothes, let's not dress shabbily. The fact that we are saying we shouldn't expose things doesn't mean you shouldn't look nice either. You can cover up and still look sharp, smart. So please, let's look at that. It is very bad. People talk about this a lot. And they say, you don't know whether we are portraying, maybe they don't know. They don't know whether we are portraying Christ or the other thing. My general overseer, Reverend Mrs. Victoria Hazel, says there's something she always says, that when you wear slit and kaba to the nightclub, you will not be permitted entry. So why do we as singers, we are evangelizing, we are evangelists, why do we dress anyhow? This thing is, anyway, let me move on. It will be a whole topic on its own. Point number 5, please, if you're a lead singer, know your keys. Know your keys, so know your keys. If you're about to sing and you don't know the key to a song, or maybe you're called impromptu to do a particular song, there are some pastors, they can actually call you and say, this song, I really like it, can you do it for me? Maybe you haven't done that song before, but then you've been called to do it. Make sure you liaise with the keyboardists or the instrumentalists, the musicians. Make sure you go to them, try to pick a key. Don't just come and start singing and then disgrace yourself. And then your fellow singers will be sitting there feeling bad for you, yet they can't even save the situation. Don't do try your luck, please. If you don't know your key, make sure you get the correct key, the right key, before you get on stage. If you are led in the course of ministration, maybe there's a song that you've rehearsed with a choir, so you know the key, everything has been rehearsed. There are times you finish singing and maybe the next speaker or the MC isn't ready to take the microphone, so you are tempted to add other songs. If you are not sure of the particular song you are following up with, I mean, you might know the song, but you might not be sure of the key. That is why this keys thing is important too. Because me, for instance, there are some songs, so sometimes we'll be singing a line of songs, then I'll just turn back. Usually, my general overseer usually does this. Sometimes she will start singing, then she will leave it for us to continue. The first thing I do when she leaves for the choir to continue, as a main vocalist, the first thing I do is I turn around and I ask the instrumentalist, which key are you playing? Just so I know the kind of songs that I follow up with. So once I know the key, I know the songs that I can sing in a certain key. You should have that skill as a lead singer. If you really want to grow from a lead to a main vocalist, you should have that skill. I'm being prompted about time, but I'll just summarize everything. I'm sure we'll have to do a part 2 of this. Please, number 6 or point number 6 or 5, learn to communicate with the instrumentalist. Learn to signal. Anytime you want to do a changeover or you want to switch to a different key for a different song, give it time, communicate or signal to the instrumentalist. If you have to do a transition, let them know that you can have your own signs with your instrumentalists, the ones you work with on regular basis, and then you do that with them. But if you have to transition and then you do not inform the instrumentalist, they'll be playing something, you'll be singing something, and it's chaotic. It brings the whole mood down before you have to pick up again. Don't change songs when they are being enjoyed as a lead singer. If you are singing and you realize that once you raised the song, the whole congregation is responding, people are in it, people are dancing to it, then you sing 2 lines of that song. When you've realized that, oh, this song actually moved them, then you drop it and then go back to pick another song. It's a very wrong thing to do. Please watch the congregation, watch the mood. The same manner, if you sing a song, once you raise the song, you realize that some people even actually just sit down. You might be doing a song, once you raise the next song, somebody just sits. Then you realize that this song that I just picked up is not something they want to hear. So once you sing about a line, you quickly change the song again. Be skillful. Know, these little things. It will go a long way to help you build your singing ministry. I won't call it your singing career, because in the church, it's a ministry. We are working. And then last but not the least, sorry for stealing your time today, but know when to stop. As a lead singer, respect authority. Once you are on stage, you're leading a song, you see the MC or you see the pastor or the head preacher, whoever is in authority at that moment, mount the stage. You should know when to stop. Do not ignore that. I read a story somewhere where a singer was saying, he was singing, he was so much in the spirit, actually, his eyes were shut, he was singing, and then apparently the pastor had been on the podium, on the pulpit for over 10 minutes, and because he was so in the spirit, he didn't even realize that the preacher was standing there. Eventually, the preacher had to tap him in the back and said to him in his ears, "Why won't you let me preach today?" So please, let us be mindful of these little things. Know when to stop, when you have to stop. It's been a great session. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to share the page, and then don't forget to follow, like, also go to my YouTube channel, Miss Kuks, and subscribe for more of these things. I have an announcement. If you were not here last week, the announcement for today is on the 3rd of March. That is next week, Wednesday. I am bringing you, my team and I are bringing you live worship on the 3rd of March. That is next week, Wednesday. Gospel according to singers. We are bringing you live worship. You cannot miss this. I mean, we've been talking and talking. We have to practice what we preach. Yes, so it's a live worship session. Do not miss it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Put a reminder on your calendar, and then I'll see you there. It's been a lovely one today. Baba Hazel, thanks for joining me. My cousin, my senior cousin in London, Barrister Jane Quagrin, I see you. Thanks so much for joining me. I've been seeing you every day, and then I intend to mention you, then it goes away. Auntie Victoria, our top fan, I see you. Nana Ades, thanks for joining. Esther Yali, thanks so much for joining me. Mebelamwa, thank you for joining me. Sally Abna Ofori, thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for sharing. I really appreciate your time. Ora Roberts, thank you. Enya Mercy Inkum, thank you so much. You've been a great support. Mami Nanefia, thanks so much for joining. Caris Hansen, Chantel, Adezwa Boachedakwa, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Today, there are no giveaways. Yes, there are no giveaways, but you never know, we might surprise you next week. Thanks so much. It's been a great session, and then I'll see you all same time, same place, live worship. I love you all. Bye.